What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, I'm going to assume this is a group, I hope I'm right about that, making their debut on the channel tonight. We have, I really hope this is a group, we have Birdy, yes indeed, how about that? Birdy making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-boobidi bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from JFK, and this is actually one of JFK's 3 prioritized requests for the month of September for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So here you go, JFK. Hope you enjoy the show, man. JFK wanted to see me react to this. It is Birdy with a song called Wings. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait, hold it, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Birdy, shocking, and the video has 20 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Birdy, Wings, live at Abbey Road Studios. Cool. All right. Let's do this!
All right, boy, let's do this!
Oh
it's a well-written song. Everything that's being played for the most part makes sense. And I did say for the most part, there's a couple of things I'm not quite getting, I'm not quite understanding. But that's not coming from a songwriting standpoint. Well, maybe it is. It depends on if the parts are actually written out for all the individual musicians. As a whole, the song as a whole, it sounds good. It's well constructed. It's well organized. It's you could tell there was some thought put into this. It sounds fine. I got no issue with the songwriting whatsoever. Piano playing sounds good. Vocals sound good from her. I got no issue with anything that she's doing, really. The vocal flips where she's got the little glissando up every time she does the fifth jump. You know, when she jumps up to the fifth, she's got that little glissando from like the fourth to the fifth. She's doing it well, but it sounds... Okay, here's what it comes down to. It's lost its shine. It's not special anymore. The first couple of times she did it, it was nice. It was cute. It was like, okay, that's unique. That's a little different. But now she's doing it like every time. Every time she goes up to the fifth, she's got that little glissando from the fourth to the fifth. And it's like, okay, well, can you hit the fifth just straight on? Can you just do a clean jump from the root to the fifth? Can we hear you do that just once? It's just every time there's that glissando. It's gotten a little old, if I'm being honest. I mean, she's, like I said, it's still being done well, but what else can you do? You know, it's not special anymore. My biggest gripe about this song, if I'm being honest, and this is going to be weird coming from me, it's the bass playing. I would say about 80% of what she's doing sounds really good. But there are those times where she's deciding to take on a melodic approach, and she's playing in unison with the piano or with the guitar, and the bottom end just completely disappears. Now, luckily, it's only for like a measure or two at a time. Where she'll go up on the neck and she'll play the exact same notes in unison with the piano or with the guitar, whichever is doing the main melodic line at the time, or the counter melodic line at the time, and she's playing in unison with them, the exact same notes, way up on the neck. When that happens, the bottom end is completely disappearing, and it loses its fullness. It loses its richness. The song as a whole loses its fullness and richness. The exact same thing can be accomplished. She can play the exact same notes an octave down in the lower register. By doing that, she'll still be able to play the same melodic lines, but in a lower register, keeping that full sound going. I think that's a very easy solution. I think that's not too much to ask. But going up on the neck like that, at that point, because there's nothing covering the low end. The piano playing, that the left hand is not there. It's not covering the low end. Nothing is covering the low end. Nothing is covering the bass clef. So it sounds hollow as a result, and not a fan of it. I mean, like I said, what she's playing is nice. Yeah, it's nice. It sounds good. From a notational standpoint, it sounds good. Just take it down an octave so we don't lose that bottom end. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let's keep going here.
Oh
I mean, overall, the song is very pleasing to the ear overall. Is this my style? Is this my jam? Is this the kind of music that I listen to on a regular basis? Nope, it is absolutely not. But just because this is not my usual bag, it doesn't mean that I think it's bad. No, it's not bad. Now I'm not sure where I'm gonna score it though. That's the thing though. I'm not sure where this is gonna end up score-wise. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Birdy with Wings. This was a request from JFK. And this was actually one of JFK's 3 prioritized requests for the month of September for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, JFK. Hope you enjoyed the show, man. Honestly, there's really not a lot to talk about. This song it's very straight ahead. It's very cut and dry. So there's not a lot to talk about. I'm going to be doing a lot of grouping. You'll see what I'm talking about when I mean what I mean by that. But I'm going to be doing a lot of grouping together, just to save time, honestly, more than anything else. But yeah, there's really not a whole lot to talk about that I didn't talk about during the reaction already. So this should be a pretty quick review. So let's get to it. Starting off with the score. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 6.7. Yep, 6.7. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 6.7. What does that mean? Well, a 6.7 would translate to a pretty good scale rating, so I think overall, I think it's a pretty good song. It would get 3 out of 5 stars, and it would get a B letter grade. So there you go, a 6.7, pretty good skill rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay, first things first. Remember, folks, everybody starts at 5.0. Okay, everybody. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Nightwish or Johnny Nobody and the Never Will Be's. Everybody starts at 5.0, and from there, their score can go up, their score can go down, depending on what I think of the song. And I honestly, this score went up by a whole 1.7 points from 5.0 to 6.7. So that's a pretty decent sized jump up. Overall, the songwriting, not complex, very easy to follow along with. The chord progression makes sense. It flows really well together from chord to chord. The phrasings of the song, from the verses to the chorus, all made sense. Everything was perfectly metered out, if you ask me. And the verses weren't too long, and the choruses weren't too short. Everything just melded and meshed really well. And that all comes down to songwriting. And I absolutely think the songwriting, if I'm being honest here, I think the songwriting was probably the best part of the entire song. As far as the execution goes, the musicality goes, I think everybody overall did a pretty good job. I didn't hear anything mind-blowing. I didn't hear anything that, blew my hair back and blew my skirt up and I went, oh my God, what was that? Never heard anything like that. Everything across the board was very simplistic. But is there anything wrong with that? No, nothing wrong with that at all. It got the job done. For a song like this, you don't need a blistering solo. You don't need, complex polyrhythms from the drummer. You don't need, all this crazy stuff happening. A simple song like this calls for simple playing. Did they do anything bad? No. Did they do anything wrong? Absolutely not. Everything sounded fine across the board. As a whole, we're going to get a little more specific about that in a second. The guitar playing sounded just fine. I got no issue with the guitar playing whatsoever. Same thing goes for the drumming. I got no issue with the drumming whatsoever. Guitar playing and drumming sounded just fine. It sounded pretty good across the board. Same thing with the piano playing. Now, I will say, with when it came to the piano playing, there were a lot of times throughout the song where her left hand came up into the right hand register, and we lost some of the bottom end. We lost some of the fullness. Now, was that by design? I'm sure it was. Why it was designed like that, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, it sounded good. It did lose some of the bottom end, but that's okay because you have a bass player, right? For the most part, yes, but there were a number of times where the bass player would come up on her neck and go up into the upper register and play in unison with either the piano player or with the guitar players, whoever was carrying the counter melodic line, and she would play in unison. When that happened and the piano player had her left hand up on the right hand area, I'm sure you all felt it too, the bottom end completely disappeared. And with that, you lost a lot of the richness and a lot of the fullness. And the song ended up in those sections becoming very hollow. Now, luckily, when the bass player would do that, she wouldn't stay up there for very long. She would only stay there for like a measure, maybe two at the most, and then she would come back down again to the lower register. So thankfully, the bottom end didn't completely disappear for too long. If she had been up on the neck for like 8 measures and we had no bottom end for like 8 solid measures, I would have absolutely torn this song to shreds. A bass player's job is to keep that bottom, well, okay, first and foremost, the bass player's job is to keep the tempo. Now, since everybody has in-ears in, and I'm sure everybody's got a click going, that job's taken care of. So now what's the bass player's main job? To lock in with the drummer and establish a feel and accompany the feel with the drummer and to keep the bottom end full, right? That's the primary job of the bass player. Now, did that happen? For the most part, yes, it did. But like I said, there were a few times where she would go up on the neck and the bottom end would completely disappear because the piano player's left hand was in sync with her right. So, yeah, there was that. And did that affect the score? Yes, it did. It didn't affect it a whole lot. We're literally talking 0.1, maybe 0.2, possibly, but I don't even think it would be worth 0.2. But this song could have gone potentially as high as 6.9 with me, but I don't see this song ever going up into the 7s. I didn't see that happening. As far as the vocal performance goes, I think she's got a really nice voice. She reminds me a lot of, oh God, who's the vocalist I'm thinking of? She was really big in the late 90s or mid to late 90s. I forgot her name. But she had a couple of hits on the radio. I don't remember her name. But in any case, she's got a very pleasant voice. Her tone is nice. Her diction is nice. The glissandos, I think she does them well. She's clean with them, but I think she overuses them a little bit. I really wish we could hear her just do a clean jump from root to 5. Now, we heard her do root to 4 to 3, and that was clean. There was no glissando on those when she would do the chorus. Even though she would go root to 4 to 3, root to 4 to 3, root to 4 to 3, and those were clean. No glissandos. So I know she's capable, but it would be nice when she would do the root to 5 jump if she didn't go root 4 to 5, root 4 to 5. You know, it would be nice if we heard just a solid root to 5 jump, a nice clean integer. But because it got old, it got old, it got predictable, it became old hat. But other than that, I mean, I think her vocal performance was just fine. I had no issue with it whatsoever. So, and in closing, guys, like I've always said, I don't have to love a song to give it a good score. Personally, if I'm being 100% honest with you guys, did I enjoy the song? Not really. This is not something that's ever going to go on a playlist. I'm just saying that straight up right now. I will probably never listen to this song ever again. Now, does that mean it's a bad song? No, I wouldn't be giving it a 6.7 if I thought the song was bad. It's just not in my wheelhouse. It's just not my jam. So, but like I've always said on the channel, I don't have to love a song to give it a good score. And at the same time, and this has happened too, I don't have to hate a song to give it a bad score either. There have been scores I've given to songs that have been bad scores that I actually liked the song, but it just didn't float well as far as being technically sound or being all that impressive. But it goes both ways, guys. That door swings both ways. So in this case, it worked in its favor. I'm not a fan of the song, but it's still getting a pretty good score of 6.7. That's where we're at, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We got a 6.7, which is a pretty good scale rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, that did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.